Good morning from sunny Wuhan. It's Saturday morning, the sun is out. It is meant to be good warm weather today, but let's see how it actually pans out. I am going to take you guys along with me for the ride today to some of my meetings. I will try my best to film as much as I can. For context, if you have not watched my previous videos, I suggest you watch my Good morning from sunny Wuhan. It's Saturday morning, the sun is out. It is meant to be good warm weather today, but let's see how it actually pans out. I am going to take you guys along with me for the ride today to some of my meetings. I will try my best to film as much as I can. Shanghai vlogs, where I talk a little bit more about the process and the transitioning that I am going to go through very soon. But as a backstory, briefly, I am a teacher here in China in an international school. My contract will end in 3 months and I am not about to renew. This is a decision that I actually made before I signed a 3-year contract, and it's been a long time coming, and I'm about to go all in and bet on myself and be self-employed here in China. In order to do that, of course, you have to go through quite a fair bit of a process, from business license to your work permit, your residence permit, your overall visa, insurances, taxes, rentals. So there's a lot. I feel like the TV is one of the main characters in my vlogs, because how many vlogs have I filmed and the TV keeps thinking I'm speaking to her. Anyway, so today, I forgot where I was now. So today I will be meeting my letting agent, who I have known for a while. She has been my main person who's been helping me find all my rentals, well, majority of my rentals in this city. There's this community in the old Hankou area here in Wuhan that I really like, and it is new, but it's been a challenge to find rentals there, and right now there's only one place on rent there. So we will go to see that and maybe see if there's anything else available that we can see, and we'll see how that goes, because I have to make the decision by this weekend on whether to stay in this apartment, which I do like. It is new. However, the only reason I moved to this area was because of my work. It's 5-6 minutes walk to my workplace currently, so it's very convenient for that. But as I will no longer need to be here, it doesn't make sense to stay in this area, because the taxi rides can take up to 45 minutes, sometimes 1 hour in traffic, to go to some of the main areas in this city that I like to walk around or work from. But either way, we'll see. After that, I am meeting my second agent, who is helping me with my work permit and visa process and everything else in between. I also do have an accounting firm and another agency that's helping me with my business license process. And finally, if there's enough time and if we make it, we will go to one of the office rentals places where I can rent a mini desk as part of my business license requirement. So we will meet with the manager or the landlord, and I will see how that is. Anyways, you're coming with me, so let's go. I've decided to get ready in the living room. I do have a dressing room, it's right there. However, when I sat down and turned on my LED lights and everything and the camera, and all I could see was my clothes behind me, just on the rack. I do have a wardrobe in my main bedroom. My main bedroom is very simple. There's hardly anything there. I will show you. Let's go into the bedroom. So behind me, that's my wardrobe, okay? And I'm ashamed to say it's full. And then here is the bedroom. This is the bedroom wardrobe. Here's my bathroom in there. I only have this. I don't like to keep things. Just small rugs. That's my balcony, actually, which leads to the rest of the balcony. Washing machine. As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day. Anyhow, I just have some drawers here, lamp, humidifier that I hardly use, just sometimes. And that's basically it. I hate the curtains color, by the way. It's just my landlord who obviously did this. That's the bedroom. Let me know if you guys want a apartment tour, and I can show you guys a bit more and maybe some differences between the apartments here in China and maybe UK or US. So anyways, I've decided to get ready in natural sunlight, and like I said, the background was just, my OCD brain was like, all I can see is clothes, and even though they're just hung up on the rack, it looked so messy and it was just giving me the ick. So I'm like, nope. So let's get ready in the living room instead. So we're going to start off with SPF. So this is SPF 50 Vaseline. I got from one of the stores here called Watson's. That's where you can get most of international-ish products from, as well as Sephora's actually. So the lotion I use usually, it's finished. I buy in bulks when I go home back to the UK, and it has SPF, so I love that, and it really helps my skin. However, now I'm having to use this because I'm not going home until, I don't know when. I'm going home in the summer, and if I try to buy it online on Taobao, is Amazon version in China, but 10 times more in terms of efficiency, speed, everything you can imagine you can get. So I probably can get some of the makeup products, but they're imported and sometimes not in stock, and it's just a hassle chasing and following up the buyer and things like that. So it's easier just to get something from here. Anyways, usually when I get ready in the mornings, when I'm going to work especially, I take my MacBook to the dressing room, and I always put on something on YouTube, usually like a podcast. It depends on how I feel. Most of the days it is something that will help me. Bring the gel. I love this gel. I need to get another one soon. In the summer I only rely on this, and I don't actually wear foundation because you can't. It's so hot, so what's the point wearing makeup in China during the sizzling summer, especially Wuhan summer. Anyhow, I usually listen to a podcast. The podcast is usually something to help me with my creativity and ideas, and just to give me a little push in the morning. So I listen to a good few podcasts, whatever helps me, and the rest of the day sometimes I'll put something. I think the only entertaining podcast I listen to is Sisters in the City, basically about two sisters and just yapping away, and makes me feel a bit like I'm back home in England and I'm kind of updated on things, and it's just something I like watching it. So I think 2 times a week I watch that. Rest, just podcasts. Anyway, something I noticed now, I put the MacBook on the TV, and I was just scrolling on YouTube, and isn't it crazy that everything is, I don't know, this productive that, this is how to do this, and everybody sounds the same, just different faces, but they sound the same. So for example, 2-minute rule, what I eat in a day, motivation isn't the problem, this will raise your frequency, start over, 8 habits, wake up early, how to become a morning person, people will treat you differently, be consistent, discipline. And I think the funny thing about the mainstream podcast, the big ones, is that their hooks are so similar, and they have literally the same people over and over, and apparently everybody is world's best something expert, a renowned scientist and #1 bestseller. And I think you catch my drift, right? Everybody's something all the time, and it's just kind of crazy. Sometimes I really feel like everyone's repeating themselves in different ways. Everyone's just the same almost. And then I see these other podcasts, why I'm not judging anybody, and I see how aesthetic they look, like the apartment, the editing process, everything. If you're expecting that from me, please don't. I'm just showing you something very real. There's a lot of editing, and which is great. As a journalist, I know the ins and outs of putting a package together and production and everything. However, I admire the effort and time people are putting into this. Of course, a lot of people can't afford to do that because the mainstream podcasters and a lot of people do outsource. And you can tell people who are doing it by themselves as well, which I enjoy more. I enjoy the unfiltered, unedited parts a lot more. Where's my brush? Let me get it. I got it. I am going to wear foundation today. NARS. This is in the shade Punjab. And because I know very soon and very unexpectedly, I will suddenly be feeling very hot and bothered and sweaty. So the season to wear foundation will be over soon. So why not today then? Anyways, as I was saying, I enjoy unfiltered, unedited podcasts a lot more than vlogs. I do love watching vlogs, and I'm always finding somebody new to watch at times, and then I get hooked onto them. It's interesting. So yesterday I published an article. This is NARS as well. An article. Oh, too much concealer. Let's use some here. I published an article about Analogue Alive and why it's trending this year and why we will see more of that. And in my personal experience, I too really struggled with all of this. I got TikTok. I opened an account in June, I think last year, in summer at some point back home in England. I registered for TikTok, and I was not a TikTok person at all, but I've noticed some things since I got TikTok. My attention span has decreased. I notice I lose focus very easily, and I have to do a lot of work in order to remind myself of what needs to be done and not doom scroll. And it's quite difficult because, especially as a lot of my research and things I do just require social media, so it's hard. And I am trying to reduce my screen time and being more intentional with the activities I do and trying to find more hobbies. That means putting my phone away. And also in terms of my smartwatch, I'm struggling a little because I do like to track my movement, my standing hours, and calories not so much, it's okay, but when I go to the gym 5 days a week as well, so I feel like I might struggle without the smartwatch a little because I do like that data, I do like the tracking and the reminders. However, also with the watch, there probably is some kind of setting, but to get notifications, I think constant notifications are not good for you at all. So I need to figure something out for myself personally on how to go forward without allowing constant notifications again and again. And I want to do more activities that involve really getting myself. I already go outside a lot every weekend. I'm very outdoorsy like that. I love doing things. I love exploring. I am the kind of person who's not on their phone if you have lunch or dinner with me. I am very mindful of that. I also don't use the phone in taxis as well. I have motion sickness, so. And public transport, I don't use my phone, not really, and scroll. I do have some really good habits, and I'm very disciplined in some of the things. And I do tend to be more aware of where I'm walking, how I'm walking, where I'm going. But even then, I feel like there's still some work to be done. Anyways, this needs no talking, so let me do that. I will perhaps do a video on all things analog soon, so keep an eye out for that. I will also post the link to my article in the description below, so you guys can have a read if you wish. Also, I wonder if people are copying each other these days, because why? There's a lot of things that just sound so similar to each other. Very similar. Like there's at least 1 or 2 podcasts I watched, and I'm like, deja vu. Have I seen this anywhere? Have I not watched this? And then I remember somebody else talking about the same thing with very similar hooks, thumbnails and whatnot. About to get some iced coffee first because it's such a nice day. We still need coffee. So behind me is where I live. This is just about 3-4 minutes walk. The mall next to my house. I will be basic and go to Starbucks. How lovely is the home? How lovely is the weather? So this is the mall next to my apartment. So nice and sunny. In all my vlogs, I usually talk about Wuhan and how it's different every day. So guy, I'm not kidding when I say to you, Wuhan's slogan is that. Look at that. Wuhan different every day. Let's see if it's ready. I got the coffee, the iced one. I ended up ordering hot coffee by accident on the app for a pickup, and luckily they're always kind here, so they changed it into iced instead. 3 shots of espresso inside of here. And now in the taxi heading to Old Hanko area and meeting our agent. So this is one of the rooms. Second bathroom with washing machine. Here's another bedroom and the balcony and to dry clothes on. I think the only weird thing is that this seems like it's the master room, though the actual master room has ensuite, but this has balcony, so it'd be a good reading area. And this is the kitchen. I think this is the ensuite because, I mean, the master bedroom. Yeah, for sure, this is the master bedroom. Still a beautiful view though. It's green outside. It's on the 4th floor, which is perfect height for me because I'm scared of heights. This is the living room. It's one of my favorite parts. Oh, there I am. Here's our own private lift. Staircase goes through here. This is where you put your shoes, and this is the door, and in you get. How amazing is that? Well, this is the underground. So we are in the basement where the car park is right now. Cece, do you want to be in my vlog? No. Oh, no. It's for yeah. It's for YouTube. YouTube, like Yuki. YouTube, yeah. Yes.
I know YouTube.
Yeah.
大疆.
Yeah. We are just heading to another community to hopefully view something else. Truth to be told, I have been keeping my eye on this building for so long, and I'm completely sold. Like, I did not want to leave. Like, I am ready to leave it. 100%. Once my heart is set into something, yeah.
哦，是这个小区吗？
看见你妈了没有？ 是有种有种。
谢谢阿妹，谢谢。
这个小区吗？
没有，是需要有种。对，这里有。
这里右转。这个感觉是个小区。
Is it this?
到了吗？
对对。
这个小区吗？
是的，这个还有对面的店，这里可以下去。
到这里看一下。
锦福小区越秀东郊新会园。越秀应该是个小区，所以越秀中郊新会园。
可以下
有一个
车。
房子哦。
Like an idiot, I stepped on a puddle and look at my shoes. My white shoes are ruined and my pants really look like an idiot. We're just outside the building and we use the app to see what the apartment looks like, and I'm really not interested, and the price is not as high as the one I really like, but no, it's a no from me. For this community, you don't deal directly with the landlord. It's actually a third party, an agency. So there's a lot of third parties involved in this, which makes it a bit more difficult than the usual procedure. My current apartment's tenancy ends on 30th of April and it's 30th of March on Monday, so in 2 days. So that gives us 1 month almost, and we asked our agent if they will allow us to move maybe at the end of April, and the date they gave was 15th, 20th. However, there's no guarantee the apartment will still be there, even though they can tell us if there's someone else interested. But as this is a third party, the main purpose isn't to do anyone any favors. So it's the season of cherry blossoms. This is not cherry blossoms, but looks so pretty though. So this is the same community as when I move in. Just going to take a walk before heading for lunch to think it over. How pretty is this, guys? Blossoms. Wow. So this is the place, Bund Prosperity, and this is the street behind. This is the view of one of the bedrooms we saw with the balconies. And if you keep walking further down, there's a live house with really great music with live bands and stuff, so that's also awesome. So this is part of the community too, so there's so many different areas. As you can see, it's locked. I think there's only a few tenants currently living here. There were a few cars parked underneath, so you can see the security. So yes, that's the current situation. 15th, 20th of April. However, as I said, there's no guarantee the apartment will still be available, though it has been on rent advertised for a long time, but you never know. So our agent spoke to our landlord. She gave him a call and asked whether he would be willing to give us our 1 month's rent for April back, as well as the deposit, and he perhaps would be willing to do that, though obviously he's not happy. So now we need to make a decision over lunch, because unfortunately there isn't much time to keep thinking it over again and again. There's a lot of pros. The con, I would say, is the price itself. So let's see what weighs out. Do the pros weigh out the cons, vice versa? So let's eat, get some food first and see how we feel. This is the party called Zazu Live. Some music. I think she was taking your picture. This one, with the dress. That's another street. As I said, there's so many layers and so many different communities, but under the same company. And this is the building. No, this is B1. We're hoping to move into the second building. Let's go. Some beautiful trees outside. Spring is in bloom. So this is the building. Sweet home. That's the balcony, right? 4th floor, the bedroom. But our balcony was closed, right? So it's that one with the windows open, right? In the middle. It's not bad. It's not like we spend so much time in the balcony to have it opened. I know, but so this was the entrance we went through, guys, and delivery there. And if you look here, we have a church right next door. It's an Orthodox church, is it? A Catholic church, like a Russian church. Yeah, a Russian Catholic church. There we are. That's the building. And we're just going to head over to the restaurant there. There's another view of the building. You know what I love about this area is it's such a tourist, busy, popular area and very historical too, hence the price. But also when you're inside the house and the balcony, all you hear is birds chirping and it's so peaceful. I love that feeling. Best of both worlds, don't you think?
I guess so.
What did you think of the apartment?
Oh, it's very spacious. It's got a lot of
That was a
rooms.
surprise, guys.
Yeah.
When we saw the pictures, it didn't look like it's big, but eventually when we got there, it was actually very spacious. It was such a lovely surprise. I think the lift really surprised me as well. So
Yeah.
private, and I love the storage.
There's a lot of storage.
So good, because I hate clutter, so.
And the house, the apartment is also big. 140 square meters. Big.
Currently is 117, right?
110, yeah, something like that. So let's see.
Let's eat and fill our bellies first and decide. What do you guys think? Are we gonna say yes or no? So we are just at lunch, going through pros and cons with the help of AI. Surprisingly, I'm getting good at AI day by day with prompts and everything else. Even if I say so myself. Last time we came here was on New Year's.
No.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. It was a very rainy night. But the owner is really nice, and we won a gift. Did we find out what's in the gift? We gave it to Hanok's dad because we came with his dad. It was what? It was so. And I think he gave it to the mum. Did you give it to your mum? And we don't know what the verdict is. Did you ask your mum?
No.
But yeah, it was a good night, apart from the rain. Making the decision, guys, is just so hard. There's only two decisions: stay at my current place. It's a huge advantage, financially mostly, but sometimes not all decisions are financial, and in terms of distance and everything else as well. I guess we need to think about it a little bit more, perhaps. It's hard. So we just had lunch in this restaurant in the corner. It's a beautiful place. And that is the community, guys. The red pinky buildings. And here we have iconic area. I originally wanted to rent my office here in this building. They have beautiful spaces available for rent. However, I believe currently it's not in my budget to do that, but let's see in a few months what happens. Fluff. So there's some stalls, there's a marketplace, lots of snacks, ice cream, jewelry, many different things for sale, art. About to head to the second meeting, which is for office for rental. Waiting for the taxi. Let's see how that goes. I look stressed because I am stressed. I can't seem to make a decision just yet, and I need to be sitting on it for a while. And at this point, my landlord really needs to know, because he needs to put the property up for rent, or he reserves it for us. So, yeah. We're just outside the building of the office now, backside. Not exactly the most aesthetic place, I would say. Is actually outside Wuhan railway station. Just heading upstairs. Fortunately, Wuhan railway station doesn't do much for us. Majority of the trains we take is from Wuhan or Hankou railway station. Looks like there's a mall in here. Okay, this is it. Oh. Very easy. Seems empty. Oh, seems like a coffee area here. And I don't know what that is, but yeah. So the rental part is
the office is like this.
so this is the renting?
Yeah, as well like this.
So a desk?
This. Yeah.
Oh, the whole of it.
Yeah.
Okay. 我
Hello. 们就要看一下，没问题。我们已经发了联系了，然后
联系了，但我们这边在办公，你们看完了以后，你就到外面上面看一下，好吧？OK。
If you watched my Shanghai vlog when we went to see the places, you'll see a huge difference. I think WeWork completely sold it for me. I really loved that vibe. There is something similar here in Wuhan. Earlier when I showed you guys this red building where I want to rent, but I don't believe it's in my budget currently. That's the place that's very similar to WeWork.
It's not that.
So we're just at the coffee shop waiting for my lady. So she is going to help me process my documents and everything. She will handle everything. I have known her for a few years, but I have not had very direct dealings with her before. However, I recommend her services to others. So currently, she's meeting me to give me some of my documents that I do need as part of my business license, the whole visa process, which is my master's degree. I have been using my bachelor's degree for my China visa for many years, and I will now use my master's degree because my master's degree is related a lot to what I want to do here. So I needed to get that authenticated, and she helped me do. Technically, I could have done it myself, probably saved a few pounds here and there as well. However, compared to the hassle and the time, it's really not worth it. So it's best to outsource that instead of trying to figure out everything by myself, contacting, emailing, doing the deliveries, and it's a lot. I've done it once before and still waiting.
Really? What kind of car?
Just finished the meeting from near that mall, the one where we began in the morning. It was good. Seems like a lot today, a lot of information that we really need to think about and maybe sleep on it. So a lot of important decisions need to be made, and we need to get some paperwork sorted out as well. This is behind where I live up there. And this is my local flower shop called these ones. We got these beautiful flowers, and just walking near where I live. So one of the entrances is just around the corner, and here's a brand new bakery with nothing inside it. Someone's serving, but the baskets are empty and there's no pastries or cakes or anything. So we have oh guys, that's my building. So behind me is where I live, right there. It's getting more and more lively, this area. Families on walks, there's eating places, convenience stores, delivery places, massage places, nails, everything. Some retirees and lights everywhere. You can see the mall from here. You can go straight ahead. And this is one of the entrances of my community. I almost felt stuck. Never once said our compound is not beautiful. It's so beautiful and green, and I'm very grateful. Oh my god, she's eating bread. Where did she get bread from? My favorite snack, and she's eating it. If you want to know more about the bread story, make sure you go and check out my Yellow Crane vlog where we talk about it a bit more, and you see the whole process of how it's actually made. It's so delicious. Anyways, yes, I absolutely do love this community. It's not the apartment, it's just location basically. And once I have my heart set on something, I want it. So today has been somewhat stressful. You have to make tough decisions sometimes. Look at that, so bright. Let's show you guys. Look at these lights. Can you see? So beautiful. Our landlord just sent us a message asking what's going on. You didn't tell me that you're leaving early. And I was so awkward because our agent called him earlier today. So just reassured him that, hey, we have not made the final decision. We will let you know by tomorrow, because technically we only have till Monday to decide whether we are staying or not, because you need to give at least 30 days notice if you do want to leave. So I guess we have some important decisions. I will let you guys know tomorrow what that decision is. But what do you guys think so far? Do you think we'll stay or we'll go to the new apartment? Take a wild guess. Now we're going to go inside. I made amazing Caesar salad last night, so we will have that. Maybe Caesar salad wrap and watch this new show we started. What was the name? This is crazy, we don't even remember the name. Oh my goodness, it's on Amazon Prime. Vanished? No, Scarpetta. Yes, good, remembered it. So we are going to watch Scarpetta, binge it, because I think we need some time out today, right? It's too much info, too much thinking, too much decision making. So we will do that and then have dinner and have an off night, and let's see how we feel tomorrow, and we will go from there. Good morning, it's Sunday today and we are about to head to one of the cafes in the fishing village. If you want to know more about this, do check out my vlog. I think it's somewhere along the lines of Venice, Wuhan, Venice. You have to see it, it's so pretty and beautiful. So got my bag with my MacBook and everything, going to do some admin and some things to sort out, and that very important decision to finalize today. Peaceful morning. Right now it's 9:50, so it's still quite early. Most of the things here open 10:30, 11. So let's see what's available first. It's a bit cloudy though. We are just outside the coffee shop, but it's closed. It's going to open in 1 hour, so we're going to sit outside and just go through some of the things. But how peaceful and quiet is it? This view also though, cute. You know, when you have so much to do and discuss and all these tabs are open in your head and it's so hard to concentrate on one only. That's how I feel right now. So the cafe is finally open. You can see it's so pretty. Going to work around here. Let's check out the outside. You can see the fishermen. Just having some more coffee and cake and some snack. Bagel or something, and this is some puppy cake. We'll see how that is. and we'll let you know while we look over some data. Lovely view. The coffee is not bad, actually. I quite like it. Still not that busy just yet, but it's usually, I think, more busy on Saturdays than Sundays, but you never know. After 12 p.m. there's usually more customers. So now we're very close to making a decision. Still crunching up some data and analyzing everything. Heading home. Don't have late lunch. It's just one of those days where so many tabs are still open in my head, but we're getting closer to making a decision, and also trying to see if I can open my own office studio rather than renting the small. I have just finished with some admin stuff. It's Sunday evening and just final parts of my meal prep. I meal prepped a bit earlier this week on Friday because I knew I have a very busy weekend, and prep everything for work tomorrow. Just checking on my to-do list for next week in terms of the decision with moving, whether to stay here or to move to the new apartment. For now, I've decided that it's best to give it a bit more time, so I've spoken to the landlord and extended the tenancy agreement up until mid-June. And let's see if this apartment stays or goes. If we are very, very lucky, it might be here, but it's the only available apartment, so you never know. We will see. It's time for me to wind down, relax a little. So until next time, thank you for watching.